This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this? Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. It's hump day. We made it to Wednesday, and it's Ladies' Day, which I very much like. I have Miss Erica Cobb, who I've missed very dearly.
I've missed you too, birthday girl.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, you guys. I turned 40. Lindsay's joining us from home.
Tori.
Linz, how are you? Thank you all. Thank you both. How are you guys doing? Linz, you doing well?
My first text this morning was from my mom saying, you know it's Tori's birthday. Please tell her I sent her a DM and I'm telling her happy birthday on air.
Susan, I love you, and I'll call you later. I
Love it.
Susan Granger. All right, let's talk about those New Year, New You resolutions. So it turns out my birthday is actually close to the day when most people actually give up on their diet or their fitness goals.
Huh.
I know. One study, what does that say about me? One study says the 19th is actually the day most people quit, but not Oprah. No. She's just kicking off her own reset for 2022. Take a look.
Clearing out the fridge, no chance of one last piece of Gail's delicious Bananas Foster birthday cake. And I know a lot of you are also ready for a reset. Let today be our day one, okay? Goodbye, Bananas Foster cake.
Oh, that looks so good. All right, so how are you doing on your goals if you decided to do your own reset after the holidays? How are you staying focused on your goals? Miss Lindsay, how are your goals, new mama?
Well, that was a delicious cake, so I'm never one to throw out a tree, so that is against my rules for my goals. And I'm greedy, so, but I do appreciate that she's setting a boundary. But I think my goals, I used to set like really hard, like 10 goals, and they used to be super specific. And now my goals are more like go with the flow. I'm learning how to kind of just like release things and let them happen as they happen and do my best, and just be more present. I think I did that and did that well over maternity leave, just being present with my family intentionally. And so just making sure the interactions that I have outside of family are super intentional and things like that. So just like kind of very broad strokes so that I can move in ways on a daily basis that make me happier.
Oh, beautiful. On air is behind her, and I know it means on air, but she's also on air. She's going with the flow.
Yes.
Erica Cobb, what are your goals and how are you doing?
My goals are 2022 is going to be the best year of my life yet. So I am not going to put restrictions on that. I agree with Lindsay. I think I'm a person who doesn't give myself a lot of grace. So if I set a goal for myself and I'm like, I have to drink this much water, I have to exercise this much, all of these different things, the moment that I don't do it, then I'm so hard on myself. It's actually more detrimental than just being like, hey, this year I want to make sure that I'm being intentional about my choices. I'm doing things that make me feel good in the moment and keeping it like that. Like, I don't think that, health and happiness are an ongoing journey. So when I make that a goal and on New Year's Eve, it's always a recipe for failure.
I completely agree with you, and I like how we're all on the same page here. My goals is not what it used to be. My goal is, and in Sanskrit, it's called Maitri. You're not asleep yet, which makes me so happy. Maitri. And this is what it means. You ready for this? It's really hard to do. Unconditional friendship with oneself.
That's hard. That's harder than
I like that.
friendships with other people, to be quite honest.
That is a hard thing, and I'm trying to do that and create some boundaries and work out too. That's the other thing. But that is really what I want everyone out there to do, is try and have some unconditional friendship with yourself, self-compassion. That's what I want. All right, speaking of healthy habits, Reese Witherspoon has some advice she's sharing on Insta. Take a look.
So if you're doing something that's 1% better for you every single day, you're going to get 1% better every day. If you're doing something that's 1% worse for you every day, you're going to get worse every day.
So here's Reese's list of healthy habits. First, start the day with a big glass of water. Next, get 10 minutes of outdoor light. Spend 30 to 60 minutes reading without distraction every day. And finally, be in bed by 10 p.m., no late night TV binges, and try to get 8 hours of rest. But not everyone's a fan Okay, do y'all know her? She's the Barefoot Contessa, and she's a great cook, great cookbooks. Her name's Ina Garten. She responded saying, "That sounds great, but I'm probably not doing any of those things." She then shared her own formula. First, drink more large Cosmos. Next, stay up late watching addictive streaming series. Stay in bed in the morning playing Sudoku instead of reading a good book. And finally, spend more time safely with the people you love. So which side are you on, Erica? And also, how do you keep your habits? How do you keep your habits, period? Question mark.
Well, it depends on which habits we're talking about, Tori. Let me tell you, the bad habits are a lot easier to keep than the good.
Sure
so that was a
are.
very open-ended question. And I believe to your question, I fall in the middle. Like I am somewhere in between. Like some days I'm a Reese, some days I'm a Barefoot Contessa.
I like that.
Every day I'm an Erica, and I am good with that.
Oh, that should be like on a reel. That was good. Miss Granger, how do you keep your habits? And what habits do you like?
You know what? With the water, I can say that since I had the baby, they gave me this at St. Joe's Hospital. I've been drinking 3 of these every day. So I agree with Reese there. But the Cosmos, I also will have a bigger glass because Erica taught me all about adult wine glasses. Obviously, I didn't have the right ones in my house. She said they need to be like 3 times bigger than they actually were. So,
She taught us all. We all got new glasses.
Exactly. So, I think you have to, like, the key that Erica said a couple minutes ago was grace. You can't just be so strict, like, I'm only going to drink water, I'm only going to read at night. Like, especially when you have to have flexibility in your schedule. We all have a lot going on. Like, I can't say I'm going to be in bed by 10 o'clock, especially when this baby doesn't know what time she wants to be in bed. And so I think if you have a little grace with your schedule and don't be so rigid about, like, okay, I'm 1% better this year, 1% every day. It's like, no, some days I was 30% worse than I was last year when it came down to just drinking too many cocktails. But today I killed it, and I'm going to celebrate today. It's all about small wins.
Small wins. So I read a lot of habit books, and one thing they say is tiny celebration. So for instance, if you're at home right now or anywhere and you see laundry on the ground, pick it up and put it in the hamper, but then celebrate that. Because in your brain, it makes a plasticity rewiring of, I'm a person that picks up after myself. And that every time changes. So every little habit you do, congratulate yourself. Not for self-congratulations, but to cement the habit.
I'm going to try that with the 4 bags that are still remain packed in
good for you.
my closet.
One item at a time, little celebration.
Maybe by November, I'll be completely unpacked.
When I congratulate myself, Colin's always like, seriously? I'll be like, oh, that was a good throw if we're like playing catch.
You should.
And he doesn't think that's a legit congratulations.
Colin's wrong. You shouldn't. That was a great throw. I love this story. Have you ever been in line at Starbucks and then had your order paid for in advance by the person ahead of you? It's called paying it forward, but one man on TikTok was not having it. The man refused to pay for the bill of the car behind him, which was $46, because his drink was only $6. So we ended up breaking a 23-car pay-it-forward streak, and he captioned his post with, "How y'all feeling about this? Am I wrong? What would y'all have done?" Lindsay, what would you have done?
Let me tell you, 46 is steep at Starbucks. And as a resident cheapskate, I know Tori is somewhere in the cheapskate arena with me. This is a little bit very expensive for Starbucks. You gotta have a quota about how much, how much you'll spend at each place. Like for Starbucks, 46 is past what I'll spend.
Totally. Erica?
No, he's not wrong. When you're doing pay it forward, which I love and I've participated, but it's all about the intentions. It's the spirit of giving, right? But at the end of the day, it's also the spirit of what is in your bank account. I have definitely been in situations where $46 is all that's in my bank account. I'm treating myself to a $6 Starbucks that day, but I'm not going to treat a whole office, which is probably deducted from petty cash on top of it. So don't act like he was doing anyone any real favors here. Like, that's not right. I mean, he should feel fine. I would not lose any sleep about breaking that.
I appreciate that. The spirit of your bank account is a great way of saying it. Also,
I thought that Erica was going to say yes, she's going to pay for the person behind her.
No.
I'm so surprised.
I mean, today, Erica would pay. 7, 8, 9 years ago, Erica was not going to pay because that would have been a very, very sad decline.
Sad decline.
Overdraft protection, man.
Yeah. No.
Overdraft is the best thing ever. And also, if you're from Starbucks or working there, write us in. I heard they actually don't like it. It gets confusing with them. So actually, I heard that it kind of messes them all up. So write me in if you work on Starbucks on YouTube. Coming up on DBL, have you heard of Platonic Parenting? We're talking with two friends who decided to take on raising a kid together. Plus the actresses, these two, they're dishing all about aging in Hollywood. What Gina Davis and Sandra Bullock are saying when it comes to getting roles as they get older. And yes, I'm turning 40 today. Thanks a lot for the
It already happened.
It did happen. I'm old.
Closed captioning provided by
Yeah, so it is Tori's 40th birthday. We're welcoming her to the 40 Club. So how are you feeling this morning?
I did. What's weird, you want to know? Everyone's like, oh, I didn't feel any different. I totally did. I was in the shower, no joke, washing my legs, and I looked down and I go, these are a 40-year-old's legs now. And I know that's weird, but like that number, maybe it's just for women, and maybe it's just for women, particularly in this business. 40 was such a cutoff, I guess, to me. Was like, it was just a big number. And I do feel different, but I really like it. I feel, as Sharon said up there, our technical director, she said, I feel a little more settled, but mostly I'm much more, I'm really learning about boundaries. And I think, I know that's a little late at 40,
Well, hey.
but it has to happen, and boundaries, the Buddha would have liked boundaries, is what I'm learning. And it's important to feel respected about your boundaries as well. You've taught me a lot about boundaries.
I'm all about boundaries. Yeah. I really, I think you get to a point, especially for me, I turned 40 last year, and I didn't feel, and I still don't feel any different. I'm actually very freaked out or weirded out by the idea that I thought I would feel so different.
But you don't.
And there's nothing different other than, yes, I'm more established. I do feel like boundaries for me are a very hard set line. Yeah. And it's interesting too, because other people, it's not about how you feel about it, it's how other people feel about it. And it's about you reconciling that you have to place the way that you feel about it over what someone else might feel about it. Right. So that's a lesson that I think we all need to learn, but it's also an evolution. But happy birthday, Tori.
Thank you. And also, discomfort's going to be part of it. It has to just let it be. Discomfort sometimes, uncomfortable. That sucks.
Welcome back. I'm suspicious as why we're doing this story since it's my birthday. Gina Davis is sounding off about ageism in Hollywood. Speaking on a podcast, Gina said she was once passed over for a role because the leading man in the film said, quote, she was too old to play his love interest, even though she was 20 years younger than him. Have a listen.
You know what it is? Women peak in their 20s and 30s, and men peak in their 40s and 50s, as far as actors go. And so the male stars of the movies want to seem to appear younger than they are, or want to, appeal to younger people. And so they always want a co-star who's really young.
Huh. So Gina isn't alone. Sandra Bullock, who's 57, recently told The Hollywood Reporter that if it weren't for Netflix, she would have been out in the cow pasture by now. Sandra starred in Bird Box. You guys remember that on Netflix in 2018, and is currently starring in the movie The Unforgivable, about an ex-con re-entering society. So I was just talking in the break, Linz, on YouTube about how 40 to me was always such a cutoff because I'm a woman and B, a woman in the industry, and that always seemed like you were gone. What do you think, and has that changed? I do think it's getting better. What do you think, Linz?
You know, I really think that for me, I think by 40, you learn who you are. And I think that in that growth, like in your 20s, I really didn't know who I was. And I'm growing at each day in my 30s. So I think when you're 40 and as you get to even people that I talk to that are 50 and above, that's really when you're comfortable just like with things like saying no. And so I don't understand why, you know, I think the first time I learned this lesson was in local news. I used to watch people that I revered and admired. And I would always notice that the woman who was the main anchor at a station would always leave before the guy usually. So if they both were there for 20 years, he might stay for an extra 10 and she would retire and almost get kicked out silently at a younger age. And I never understood that because I would see the guy continue to age and stay on air until he was like 70. And so, you know, even with the film Being the Ricardos on Amazon, they talked about how when they had Ethel as a character against Lucy's character, you saw Lucy with a younger guy and that was like the dynamic because she was younger and thinner. And then Ethel was like the average American, so she had to be okay with being with a way older gentleman, which was her husband in the movie. And so that's constantly like something that's thrown in our face. But I completely disagree. I think everybody that I know and love and admire gets better with age and like tells me more knowledge with age. And so it's just kind of interesting that we as a society try to disregard people at certain ages, especially when they're not even old. And I mean, look at Betty White.
Oh, you're absolutely right. What do you think, Erica?
Yeah, you know, this conversation is so antiquated, but it's a real conversation. Yes. And I think the fact that we're talking about it in a very real way, I mean, Gina Davis made the comment that older actors would want a younger love interest because it would make them appear younger. Well, now we're just honestly saying, no, it doesn't. It just makes you appear like an older man with a younger woman. Yeah. Like, we're just being more honest with what the truth is. And when we talk about women in industries and aging, you know, we've gotten to a point where we realize that with the age comes the wisdom and also the ability to connect with an audience in a more authentic way. Yeah. The audience that is your demographic. Yeah. Like, your audience is aging with you.
I know, they're not stopped either. It's not Benjamin Button. Let me just say one last thing. Aging is a privilege, and I'm very happy to know that. Very happy to know that. Some of us don't get that privilege. Coming up on DBL, raising kids with Platonic Parenting. We'll introduce you to two people who are proving you don't need romance to have a family.
Every 10 years, the U.S. Census Bureau is obligated to count the number of people living in America. The 2020 census was a year late because of the pandemic, and results were finally released last summer. But Verify viewer Brenda says she just received a survey in the mail for the American Community Survey. So let's verify. Is the American Community Survey legit? Our sources are the U.S. Census Bureau, the U.S. Code of Laws, and congressional records. The U.S. Census Bureau has its big moment every 10 years, but that doesn't mean it sits idle the rest of the time. Let's go back for a minute. In 1940, the Census Bureau began asking more detailed questions beyond general demographics. This data proved popular with legislators and businesses, and so the number of questions grew. Eventually, this became known as the long-form census, but this was more time-consuming, and the Bureau found many people opted to just not fill it out. Lawmakers and the Bureau debated how to balance accurate data and timeliness for decades. Finally, in 2005, the census launched the American Community Survey. It's a monthly form sent to 1 in every 480 homes in the 50 states, D.C., and Puerto Rico. The ACS is a longer, anonymous questionnaire that gathers more in-depth data than the census, such as a household education, employment, home ownership, and income. So it's true. The American Community Survey is legit, although, like most things, there are scammers trying to use the survey to trick you into revealing personal information. The Census Bureau says it may contact you by mail, phone, email, or text message. A field representative might even stop by your home in person if they can't reach you. The Bureau maintains a website to help people figure out if a link or letter is real. You can also contact your Census Regional Office to confirm. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back to DBL. You've heard that saying that our best friends are really our soulmates, and our next guests prove that to be true. So we sat down with Crystal and Jay, who were best friends of 10 years, and decided to get married to raise their adopted son. Yeah, check it out. Welcome to DBL.
Hey.
Hello, hello.
Okay, so
Hi.
and you guys are wearing matching tank tops. I love it.
And they're answering in
They're
unison.
not matching. They look like they are, but it's all right.
Okay, so Jay, tell us, why did you feel that marriage was necessary to co-parent at all?
So it's not that I felt that marriage per se was necessary. It's that I felt like community and support were, right? And Crystal and I have been talking about it for a while, about a year, and we just knew that we could do it together. We didn't feel like we needed a romantic or physical involvement in relationship to be able to conquer that together. We just wanted to provide a loving home for our son.
We had talked about it for a bit before we actually got married, but then actually getting our son into our lives was the catalyst to make us go, okay, this is going to happen.
All right. Now, obviously, you're on the show right now. We're on TV, so we're going to have formal discussions. But when you're at a party and somebody comes up and they go, okay, be honest, is your relationship really platonic? What do you say to them?
I say to them, I kissed Crystal once at our wedding, and it was a really weird and awkward moment for me. There are no physical or romantic feelings there at all.
A lot of people like to link sex and marriage together. And for us, marriage is so much more about our commitment to each other, to build a family together, to build a future together. And a lot of people don't understand that we can have that without having sex.
Now, I definitely understand that. You know, you guys are going to build a future together. But what if that together starts to involve a third party? Like, what if one of you guys falls in love with somebody else?
I'm actually already dating someone, and she fits into our family like a glove. It's actually really beautiful, and our kid really likes her, and we get along fairly well. I think that it's just about navigating it and maneuvering it, and communication, boundaries, things like that. We're always going to respect one another's needs first, and our family comes first.
And being married gives us the freedom to be able to explore those relationships outside of our marriage, because we are who we build our lives together with.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to romance, we have a little bit more freedom, because you're not worried about finding the perfect one to be able to settle down with and have kids with, because we've already got that covered.
Yeah, it could just be fun.
You guys are life partners, and I can only imagine that, because you're both so communicative, that this could become a teaching lesson for your child. What, in your opinion, does your relationship teach your child?
I want to teach him that love has no bounds. I have a tattoo that says DNA doesn't create a family, love does. It's from the show The Fosters. And it's just, I completely agree with that. I don't think that we need a, romantic connection to become a family. Like, it's so untraditional and unconventional, but it works for us, and there's love and growth constantly.
Yeah, we're teaching him that relationships aren't solely based off of romance. They're based off of boundaries. They're based off of communication. They're based off of trust. Those are the things that you have in a best friendship that you should have in a marriage as well.
What would you say to some critics? Most of the people here are definitely supporting you, along with Al and I, but you do have some critics saying that this is not a sanctity of marriage. What would you say to them?
Our marriage is just like any other marriage. What makes a difference if we're not kissing, or what's happening in our bedroom? Like, our kid doesn't need to know that. You guys don't need to know that. Like, just because we don't have that chemical, romantic, physical connection doesn't mean that I don't love Crystal with all my heart. Doesn't mean that I don't want to build a life with her.
Thank you so much, Crystal and Jay, for your honesty, for your transparency, and for just opening our eyes to a new way of doing things. DBL Nation, you can follow more of them at thelovelyjaybird.com. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Kids. Headlines and Reddit threads accuse 2 Supreme Court justices of making false claims. The claims stemmed from when the justices were hearing oral arguments over Biden's vaccine mandate for federal workers and those employed at large companies. Some news outlets reported that transcripts of the hearings quote Justice Neil Gorsuch saying hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu every year, and that Justice Sonia Sotomayor claimed 100,000 kids with COVID-19 are in serious condition. Several viewers emailed Verify requesting that we fact-check those claims. Our sources are C-SPAN's recording of the oral argument, Supreme Court transcripts, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Department of Health and Human Services, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. Here's the audio snippet from Justice Gorsuch that people are referring to.
We have flu vaccines. The flu kills I believe, hundreds of thousands of people every year.
In the Supreme Court's original oral argument transcript, Gorsuch is quoted as saying, "We have flu vaccines. Flu kills, I believe, hundreds of thousands of people every year." However, the Supreme Court released a revised transcript a few days later. In that transcript, Gorsuch is quoted as saying, "We have flu vaccines. The flu kills, I believe, hundreds, thousands of people every year." So we can verify, no. Justice Gorsuch did not claim that hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu each year. He said hundreds, thousands. So how many people actually die from the flu each year? Well, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the highest number of flu deaths in the last 10 years was during the 2017-2018 season, with an estimated 61,000 deaths. Viewers also asked us to look into claims that Justice Sonia Sotomayor said 100,000 kids with COVID-19 are in serious condition. Take a listen.
We have over 100,000 children, which we've never had before, in serious condition, and many on ventilators.
If a patient is in serious condition, they should be hospitalized. Johns Hopkins Medicine describes a patient in serious condition as being, quote, acutely ill with vital signs that may be unstable and not within normal limits, unquote. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, there are 580,000 new child COVID-19 cases reported as of last week. However, only a small fraction of them are serious cases. An average of 830 children ages 0 to 17 were admitted to the hospital every day during the week of January 2nd to the 8th of 2022, according to the CDC. Data from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services shows that as of January 10th, 2022, 4,661 children were hospitalized with suspected or laboratory-confirmed COVID-19 cases. So we can verify Justice Sotomayor's claim is false. There are not 100,000 kids with COVID-19 in the U.S. in serious condition. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Don't miss a day of DBL. Bold debates.
That's absurd. Their whole brand is sharing their luxurious lifestyle. Get off social media. I'm done with these stupid arguments.
Hot celebs, but I ain't scared of no ghosts.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We're like this all the time.
Yeah.
I can tell she was feeling something.
I'm here for it.
And all the laughs.
Well, you yelled at me, kicked the show off, so I won't be laughing anymore.
DBL's all new every day.
Welcome back. What you eat is a major factor in losing weight and staying fit, and we have a few simple tips on how to make healthier choices. We're chatting about them on DBL's Focus on Fitness, presented by QB. So when you're hungry, experts suggest nutrient-dense foods. This includes nuts and fruits. They will prevent you from snacking on processed foods loaded with calories, sugar, and salt. Another tip: drink a glass of water. That's been a theme today before every meal. This is not only to keep you hydrated, it helps you avoid overeating and supports proper digestion. And don't forget QB. It's a great way to get some quick exercise regardless of physical ability or age. Try their underdesk elliptical at home. Call 1-800-556-2089 or visit QB.com to learn more.
Yes. Well, actually, Tori, I'm just going to step in here because it's almost time to go. But before we go, in case you hadn't heard, it's our girl Tori's 40th birthday. Happy birthday, Tori. We hope you have the best day ever. So honored and proud to know you. We have grown up so much together over the past 4.5 years. So this is a major milestone. Happy birthday.
Oh my God, Lindsay, thank you for this, guys.
Pink balloons.
Pink balloons. I just want to say I'm grateful.
Tori, you are amazing. You deserve it.
I love you, but grateful for our audience too. You've helped me get through these past 2 years. DBL's new every day. Bye, guys. Woo!